Get this party started. Angie, take it away.
Awesome, guys. I hope you guys are having a great Wednesday. Are you guys doing good? You guys doing good on this Wednesday? I cannot believe it's mid-February. Like, where did this year go? January flew by, and now we're mid-February. It's just crazy, but I hope you guys are crushing it. I hope you guys are doing good and just trucking along in whatever journey you're on. And so, if you're new to AI Morning Club on Wednesdays, what we do here is we keep it simple. We want to make sure that you're out there growing your leads and sales by showing people who may be a little bit fearful of AI something that is easy, something that's a quick result, something that is wow factor, so that when they realize that AI is for them, they come to you in order to fulfill whatever their AI journey will be. And so that's what the point of AI Party Tricks is. We keep it simple. We do one result each week, and we have guest speakers in, we have lots of case studies, and we just want to make sure that you guys know how to open doors. But I want to stress you have to keep it simple. We like to talk about all the big things we know about AI, but when it comes to AI party tricks, the goal is for you to meet them where they are. Empower them by showing them something that they can go and do themselves. And if you can get them to go and show their boss or show their coworker or show their kids or show someone in their life, you got them because you just empowered them to take that first step into AI, which can be very, very scary. So today is going to be another fun one. It's going to be a little interactive. So we're going to have some live homework here right on the call. But I was talking to a friend of mine. You guys know her well. Her name is Lori Hyde. And we were talking about what she was doing for her grandson, creating these little books, right? And she was turning it into a business idea, how she can go and create these little storybooks for people. And I thought, you know what? A lot of us on this AI Party Tricks, that'd be a great one to show because it's easy, it's simple. Anyone can do it here on this call, and you guys can go and do this to wow, whether it's a family member or whether it's a business owner. And then I'm going to show you and give you ideas of how to turn it into an actual business, how to make money from it, and how to use it as a lead magnet. So let's get started. Still need to schedule out an AI game night. You know what? That's a great idea. Would you guys want to do like an AI game night? Would that be fun? We should do that. I could make a Jeopardy game as one of the games, and we can put in, you guys could submit. This is one of my favorite things, is you guys submit two truths and a lie about each of you. And then I put it into this Jeopardy board and we all play it, and you get to guess about each other, but it's also getting to know each other. It's a great one that I've done for years when I do team building events. But yeah, okay, good. We'll plan that because I think that would be fun. We'll do it in the evening, maybe a happy hour time frame. You guys can grab a drink and we can just have some fun. And I'll come up with some other great fun ideas. But also that you guys can go and do for your networking groups, for your family, for things like that. So I'll come up with the whole list and you guys will have plenty. So let's get going today. First, I want to take our picture. So I always forget and then I kick myself, but I've been pretty good the last several episodes. So let's get a group picture going on. So if you're okay to come off camera, hey Dave, my teddy bear, Dinwiddie. Dave, he's doing the thumbs up right now. He was the first person I ever met in this online space about 7 years ago. We both showed up to Funnel Hacking Live. I didn't know a single person, and I go to lunch, and the lady sits me down next to him, and we looked at each other like, well, we don't know each other, but you know what? We've become fast friends, and we've traveled the world together. And so Dave is a good one to know, Dave Dinwiddie. And I see Joanne is another person I met about 5 or 6 years ago. So a lot of people here, which I love seeing friendly faces. Okay, so let's take this group picture. There's a couple more people in the waiting room. I've been trying to stall to get us to more people. Okay, so let's do this thing. So I'm going to get my little screenshot thing out here. And we're going to do three, two, one, and we're going to take a group picture. So when I say three, two, one, we're going to pose. I always put my hand up, but you guys do whatever you need to do. And no one's naked, right? Okay, just wanted to make sure. I know there was one time we had a person had no shirt on, and I thought, is this a postable picture, right? Okay, so we're gonna do three, two, one. Oh, I love it. Okay, so let me save this. I'm going to put it right into the chat here so that you guys can use it wherever you want. I'll put it into the board and we will keep that for future reference and to show people how much fun we have on this call. But let me get going here and get started. So today what we're going to be doing is talking about how to create custom storybooks for local businesses using AI. And this is going to be fun. I think this is an easy, quick win. You could show this in person, and I'll also show you how to customize each one to look just like your subjects that you're talking about or your businesses and things like that. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Let me get out of here. Let me get over here. We go. Awesome. So I made you guys a Google Doc. Of course, I always do this in advance. I am crazy because I have to have my step by step. So hopefully you guys do too, and you guys will appreciate it. But this is going to be very easy. And we are all going to be creating a storybook live here in a minute. I'm just going to walk you through and then we're going to do it all together. I'm going to give you one prompt, nothing crazy, just one prompt. And so if you can go to Google, gemini.google.com, just have it open, have it ready. We will do this on the second half of today, which is in about 5 minutes. Okay. So first, creating a storybook using Google Gemini is very, very easy. It's not hard at all. They have an embedded gem that you can click and it automatically will create it. You can create it in different styles. We're going to use cartoon today, and I'm getting a call. And so I put this in here, how to log in before you write the story. The more you do your homework, the more the storybook's going to look and act and be and represent the business or the person. Okay. So I do my research. I went out yesterday and I found a couple businesses in Fenton, Missouri, where I live. People, one that I know and one that I don't know. And I went and researched them. I saw something that's going on in their business right now. And I'm going to show you exactly my process. Right. And so we'll do that in a minute and to talk about that. But first, what we're going to do this, create a story book. We're going to all do this together. I'm going to put this into the chat. You guys can start to prep this. So start to think about, as I'm going through this whole thing, start to think about what you want your storybook to be about. You can change the ages. It can be about your grandchild, your child, your coworker. It could be about you if you're a child, a man child maybe. No, just kidding. And so if you have that ready, we'll do this all together in a minute. But if you want a more in-depth one, I also put a series of prompts in here because sometimes it takes some massaging. Sometimes it takes some fine tuning to get it to be perfect. And I'm going to show you what I did with the business because when I made one for this business that's local to me, the names didn't quite turn out, and so I went and changed it. The title was a little funky, so I changed it. So there are things you can do, and I'm going to show you some advanced things that you can also do and how to print. If you want to go get this printed and maybe leave it as a leave behind or show them an example, it's pretty cool, right? So I put this in there. I also put like examples of places that would really love this type of thing. No one is doing this right now in your local area. I can guarantee you, if you bring this to them and show them something really cool, especially physical, wow, you're gonna be their favorite and they're gonna come to you. Like my kids, my daughter's getting ready to have her braces off, and my oldest daughter had her braces off and she got to do this whole candy like they have this whole wall of candy, and you get to take this cup and you get to fill this candy. That's what you get whenever you graduate from having braces. I mean, to write a storybook about each child that dentist, that orthodontist has, and it shows them getting the candy and winning and before the braces and after the braces, and maybe there's some, like, wow, they had some pain and the dentist helped them. I mean, I'm not sure what the story is, but you'd make the orthodontist the hero of the story, right? And they would use that as a lead magnet, or maybe they could use it as a leave behind for that child, right? And you guys could be the person to create those and charge them whatever you want. So that I put all this in here. I'm scrolling down fast, using this as a lead magnet. Let's see, we have, okay, and then I also put 50 starter prompts for local businesses in here for 50 different types of businesses. So you guys can start with this if you guys need ideas. Now, I know everyone on this call can go and create some really epic Gemini prompts on your own by feeding maybe your favorite AI. I like to use ChatGPT. Claude is a great one. Also, Gemini itself is a great one, but my ChatGPT knows everything about me personally. So for me, I like to, it's my go-to first. And then I use the other ones to help um, make it more robust if you. And then I also put a universal prompt in here. So at the end of this, so if you created one for a museum right here, put that one in first, and then now take this universal prompt, put it in the same chat, and then fill it out. What's the business name? Where do you live? What's the brand personality, core values, the target audience, whatever, whatever, right? And you can even add even more stuff. What's the story about? Maybe they had a new location, maybe had a new employee. I mean, I'm not sure, but their ideas are endless. And then I also put where to get things printed. There are lots of places you can get these printed, and you can get them printed for pretty cheap. I found one for $15 or less, but since these aren't very long, but you can make them longer, but they aren't very long, you can make them really simply, right? And you can also make them at home. There's lots of ideas. I'm also going to show you really quickly how I took the cover and I put it onto a video so that I can use that as maybe a way in. So I send this over to them. Hey, I made this book for you. And it kind of shows this little teaser, something like that, right? Or you can create a mock-up using ChatGPT. I uploaded the photo, I uploaded the cover, it's me holding it. You can also use 11 Labs to create the audio voiceover. So I'll show you really quickly what that looks like. But for those that are new, we do have an infinity board that has everything in it. So I'm going to add that to the prompt here. Oh, she already did. So Trisha added that. I'm going to also give you the Google Doc for today as well. And this episode will be under episodes right here. And you'll see the create custom storybook. Just click that. And why isn't it coming up? There it goes. And you'll see the links. I always add the replays right after this call. So the replays will be in there. Here's the Google Doc. Here's the SOP. Here's the tool link. So that's always in there. I will add our photo right here. And actually, I'm just going to add it right now because oh, I can't now. I just copied too much stuff, but I will do that afterwards and you will see the photo. I love that photo. Okay, so in Google Gemini, it's really easy. You upload a couple pictures of the subjects, you add in the prompts. You don't have to make it too robust, but you can make sure to add in whatever you want. And then when you add this in, they tell a story. Now, if you go through this and you think, I want to change things, like I took off I had an author on every page that said Angie Norris. I took that off because I didn't want it in there. I wanted it to be that they can be proud of this, right? So Kelly, the director of marketing communications, she's the storyteller. And so it kind of did things. They go to ribbon cuttings, and I just pulled stuff from their page. I pulled stuff from the Facebook page, and it was great. So what I also did was I went over to Facebook, and I'm going to show you what I do to get my research. And I go to Fenton Chamber of Commerce over here and click on it. Now, this can be for any group, not just for local chamber of commerce, but this is my kind of thing. I go to a lot of these events. I see the people around town. It's really easy. So I just scroll down and I look for something meaningful, something that's happening, something that's cool, right? So I'll scroll down here and I'll see one. Let's see. I found it the other day. And I use it as an example. So let me see. Coffee. I'm scrolling fast, sorry. But there's one in here that I used as it was a new, my daughter just got a job at this place. I know. Okay, so where is it? But there is a place in here that just had a 10-year anniversary. So let me see if I can search this page. It was just here a minute ago. But anyway, I found it in here and it was like, hey, we're celebrating 10 years. Okay, so that's the company I use. I had never heard of them before. They were a salon. Where is it? New member, Betty Zian, join us for coffee. But you get the idea. Oh, here it is, right here. Congratulations to Head to Toe Studio. 10 years. Okay. I've never heard of this business, but I use them as an example. So I went in to buy, I went into Google Gemini and I created this right here. So I added in, some pictures of the place. So I added pictures of the place. This is the owner. This is the team. This is what it looks like. I very simply created a children's storybook about this company, right? Now, when I made this, it had by Angie Norris. I went in and I said, please change that to Marketers FM, which would be my consulting company, right? So if I was looking for a consulting business, I would put that. If you're looking just to make connections, you can put your name. If you have a business for AI services, put your business name in there. Maybe you're going to create a whole book company, publishing company after this, right? So it just make it simple. And there's the owner right there. It looks just like her salon. And you went in here and it talks about how she created this thing. I went into my research on their website. I found this story of how she got this 10 years ago and everything. And so I went over here and then this picture was someone else. So it was a different person. I didn't I looked on their page. There's no person that looked like that. So I went in and I said, please make this stylist this picture and change the name to Stacy. And it did. It changed the name to Stacy right in here. So you guys can customize these. Don't feel like you can't. And you can customize them all day long. So I did the same thing with the rest of the stylist. And you can change anything out. Maybe there's a person's name. The husband, maybe his name isn't Silas. So you can change everything on this. And you can make these a little longer too if you want. But look, 10 years. So I created this. What if I went and printed this, right? So if you look at Etsy, people are doing similar things on here, and you guys can make these as epic and cool as you want. Now, we're using Chat or Gemini, right? There are other AI tools you can use that will be way more polished and way more. But if you want a quick win, this is the thing. And we're going to do it together here in a minute. This one looks exactly like what it would look like. So you can see. So you guys can be selling it on Etsy, selling it on Fiverr. Now, I did go in here. I use Placeit to make mock-ups of books whenever I'm using them for clients and I want to showcase what they're doing. So I uploaded this book cover and here it is. And it's just a quick little video. Now, I can add more slides here. So I can open the book and have that scene. I can add and make a cool thing. And then I can put voiceover over it. Or maybe it flips through the book and it does the audio. So if you want the audio and your voice, I did this right here and I just put in the heart of Fenton. I downloaded. So over here in Gemini, you can download by clicking this little download button. It'll create a PDF. And then I copied that page, put it in here. I selected my voice that I've cloned and I clicked play and it sounds awesome. Or maybe you want it in the child's voice. So whatever you want, right? You can also search custom vertical physical book printing. I mean, I'm sure I worded that really crazily, but I wanted to show you that you don't have to be super smart to search, but you can find tons of books that will do it. Here's one for $14.99. I think you can get it actually cheaper than that because this book is not very thick, right? It's only 8 pages. So you guys can do that. Here's Mixed Book, which looks like they had a great deal and they were fast. Um, or if you want to send them an email and say, hey, I created this storybook about your 10-year anniversary. Can I drop it off? How cool would that be, right? If you sent them a mock-up and maybe even you sent the link to the book. I'm not sure what you want to do. It's each person's going to be different how you want to approach it. But how cool would it be if I can drop off this book? You drive there, which is probably down the road. You drop off a book. Maybe it has a business card or a post-it note or a QR code that says, hey, would love to connect. They're going to have that law of reciprocity and they're going to want you guys to come back in and say, how did you do that? Can I buy more? Can we customize the story? What is, things like that. And if you left it behind, how cool. So that's what I wanted to show you today. The last thing is I have something. Let me come off my stop share for a minute. But I have this book right here. This is a fake book, right? And I use this through the years to showcase books that I've created that maybe are physical or digital in nature and they're not quite physical yet, but you want a quick win. So maybe if you want to grow a lead before it even becomes a physical book, you can use something like this or place it to upload. But let me show you real fast how that would work. And then we're going to do this together. We're going to create a storybook. So I'm just using, this is Camtasia because I would turn it into a video because that's me. But you would upload the picture. I did this. Look, I'm wearing the same thing. I even have the same little stain right here on my shirt that I made when I was brushing my teeth. Sorry. And I put this book here, right? And then you take out the green, and you can add the book. So you can do this in any editor. I mean, this is Camtasia, but you can use it in Photoshop. You can use it in Canva. You can do it in everything. But see, this book moves, right? And then you can just take this book and just pop it in there. And now it looks and save that, make it into a video. Hey, I made this book for you. Maybe it's a voiceover. Maybe you're talking on camera. I don't know, whatever you guys want to do. But how cool would that be? I think that you guys would get tons and tons of business out of it. And you probably could create a lot of maybe income, maybe some quick wins, because this is really easy, right? Okay, so I'm going to post the Google Doc for today, and then I want us to do this together. So open up your Google Gemini. Let me give you the for Gen Xers can't be picky TikTok. Yeah, exactly, right. Let me give you the link to Gemini for those who maybe need to still get there. And here it is. There we have it. And I'll read your comments in 1 second. So here we go. I'm going to add this. This is the prompt that you guys are going to customize right here. Now, while you guys are doing that, let me just show you one thing that I did for my son. So in Gemini, I went, and so I used my son. This was my first one, right? Actually, I did this like a million years ago, but I put a picture of him. I added about him. Very easy. I mean, very, very easy, right? I didn't make it complex. Look, create a storybook for kids. I mean, it was very easy. And then I added in his picture. And then I went and fine-tuned. Okay, he doesn't like football. He likes baseball, right? And so you can change the things out. I took off my by Angie Norris. I can go print this. How cool would that be if he had his own book, right? And you guys can do this customized for families, for your family members. Maybe you're going to a birthday party and you don't know what to buy, and guess what? You're going to be unique. So those are very, very cool. There's always great when you add, it'll add automatically some, the hero's journey of the story where there's some controversy or there's a villain and the person becomes the hero. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so let me get out of here and you guys now get to do this. So I would love if you guys wouldn't mind go ahead and complete it. If we get a couple people, that would be amazing. And while I do that, if anyone has any questions and wants to come up, or I saw some people that talked about they've done this before. If you would like to come up and share how you've used creating these storybooks for lead gen, that would be amazing as well. So let me see. I see Dr. V. We
Chad
had
Drew.
Chad, yeah, Chad Drew has done funny ones, which I love. Shauna says these were great for birthday parties as thank you gifts. Yeah, I mean, how cool. So I was telling Shauna the other day that when I got out of college, it was like right there in college, I started getting invited to all these weddings, tons and tons of weddings, right? And I was, a broke college kid trying to make my way through college. I was working four jobs all at one time because, I had to pay my way. And I going to all these weddings, you're supposed to bring a gift. And I thought, well, I don't have, 25 or $50 to give each one of these awesome people and they're inviting me. So I need to come up with something. So I used to make wine labels. So I used to take wine bottles, take off the label. I would get self-adhesive paper. So I'll show you my process. So I have this right here, self-adhesive full sheet sticker paper. I don't know if it's, yeah, there you go. Okay. So really, really easy. I've been doing this for probably 30 years because I was since college or since high school, actually. And then you get these full sheet laminating. You can tell I was just making something for my daughter. Self-seal laminating sheets. These are stickers, and that's to laminate it. And then I would customize the label to the bride and groom, and it would be like, cheers to happily ever after. Here's to love, laughter, and happily ever after, whatever. And it would have my name at the bottom, and have their name, and have a picture of them. And I would customize these and put these on wine labels. I go to Dollar Tree and get two wine glasses, and if I really like the couple, I would actually put little Swarovski crystals on the stems and have those in there. Or I would get chalkboard paint and paint the stems and put some chalk in there as well. So I did a lot of different things when I was growing up, but this applies to this. Customize, personalized gifts matter. That gets people noticed. So I wanted to show you guys that today so that you guys can go and do that. Did anyone create a book? I want to know if anyone created a book. Oh, here, Patty. I'm going to open up hers. So let's see. Okay. Ooh, I got some babies going on. Let me open up my screen and this. Oops, that's not the right screen. That's the wrong screen. Where did that screen go? Here it is. Okay. So here we go, Patty. So Patty made this, the Curious Chicago Tour, and you can listen to it, which is always fun, right? Now, if you don't want to give away your secrets of creating the book, you may not want to share this with the client, right? But this is also a great thing. Ben and Emma were little twins, just 1 year old. Oh, so cute. I always wanted twins, but probably good I didn't have them because I have three crazy kids, two that got kicked out of daycare. So anyway, this is really cute. Great job, great job. Angie, you're awesome. Thank you for your generosity. Oh, thank you. So creative, okay, it means much more to the gift. So I know we're right at time. Does anyone have any questions and you want to come up and say anything, give any success stories, or maybe you have some tips because obviously there's a lot you can do here. I was having fun creating all these ideas. I'm like, I better just stop at the quick win because I can go on for days. You just draw like that. You had twins? Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Okay, well, we're right at 8:30, and I hope that you guys are having a great day. Did you guys enjoy this? Was this something helpful for you to go and get some good leads? I mean, Derek, I see Derek on here. Derek is a travel agent. I can imagine you creating these books for your clients. He might be planning my 50th birthday trip to Thailand. Everyone's welcome to go next year. So I've hired him and he's going to help me plan this birthday trip for my 50th. And I would love for you guys to all go, and he's going to be that. What if he created a leave behind thank you? Like, hey, thank you for your business. Here's some pictures from the trip, and maybe it's photorealistic or cartoon. I mean, yeah, those are always great. I think this is awesome. Okay. Oh, Marie made one. I'm going to look at that one real fast. So we have, so I have a story with no photos. Hmm. Okay. I can talk you through that. So I've been in Thailand. Yes, I love Thailand. My parents live there. Okay. So meet Gemini. That one didn't go, but I'll check that one out. Great job, Marie. Okay, Thomas, we have a question. Come on up.
Angie, do you by chance know if you have like, because I have actually an idea that I've been working on for a little bit with regards to this, and I'm just curious, do you know if there's any copyright uh, guardrails that you can implement into this? If you have a unique idea that you want to copyright it, are you aware of any of that?
That's a great point. I would be asking AI to go and fetch that information. Okay, this is what I did for a client about 3 years ago. I created an assistant, an expert that was the ghostwriter that wrote for Forbes, that could write for Accenture and all this stuff. And I made 25 case studies for this client, right? They paid gobs of money for it. And I did that, but I went out and I in the knowledge base of that GPT, I added as many source materials from, USPTO.gov for trademark and patents. I added in publishing people that had PDFs out there, books that I could find. I went to YouTube and grabbed transcripts. So I would ask AI to go and fetch that information for you. And then I'm sure there's people on this call that may have more of an insight on book publishing. I'm definitely not, I mean, I have several published books, but they were part of book projects that other people handled. So, but that's a great point and definitely something that maybe people should definitely look into before for printing. But I don't know. I mean, I know like obviously public domain stuff, there's no copyright issues, but yeah, that's a great question. If anyone
Well,
knows,
I think because if you're using AI, for instance, to create the storyline or something of that nature,
Mhm.
I want to say I was told, or maybe I heard it on here, that there is no copyrights to it or something of that nature. Does that sound about right?
Hmm. Yeah, I am not sure, but I'm gonna write that down because I'm curious now. And maybe next week when we're on, I can go and ask how to do that.
Awesome.
Let's
Thank
see.
you.
Copyright. Yeah, that's a great question. Great question, Thomas. Okay, so we're a little over time. I hope you guys had fun. I like to make these a little interactive, but keep them simple. You guys know that we have Russell, who's amazing, and he brings high tech. And I love how he joins these calls and sometimes turn them into vibe coding. I mean, can you imagine a vibe coded app that would create the storyline for your books or maybe your business? Or maybe you create a vibe coded app that you can send to them and they can create their own storyline and then you get the output and then you can create the book, right? There are so many ideas on how we can monetize this. The ideas are endless. And then we just need to learn it together, right? So we bring what we're learning here, and then we ask those awesome questions, and we can really fine tune the process together. So I don't know about you, but I am excited to see what you guys do with this, and I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day. I'm gonna save the chat here. Oh, I see Christine Case is on who also runs a travel agency. Okay, so guys, I will talk to you guys later and have a great rest of your Wednesday. Bye, everyone. I'll let Trisha close us out.
Thank you, Angie. This has been fun. Ignite Fam, this is not the last one of our day. We still have Springboard Office Hours with Nuno and a special Ignite Weekly this afternoon.